It is late afternoon in North Macedonia. I have just left Mavrovo National Park. It has been an absolutely incredible couple of days exploring the forests and mountains of the national park. If you've missed them, check out my last couple of videos. It is an outdoor lover's adventureland for sure. Right now though, I've left the park. I'm just a few minutes from the exit and I am heading about an hour north of here to a place called Tetovo, but I've got a couple of stops along the way. The first one is this old war memorial on the side of the highway. It is called the Monument to Fallen Soldiers of the Partisan Detachment Korab. On the monument itself we have riflemen both sides, and then it looks like civilians breaking loose from their chains and possibly breaking free. There is a date on the monument as well, 1974, so I'm guessing this was erected during the Yugoslav era here in North Macedonia. Right, as said, we've got about an hour's drive to get to Tetovo, so I'm going to join the traffic that has suddenly stopped passing. It's gone really quiet all of a sudden. We're going to get on the highway. We're going to find out what the toll roads are like. I haven't used a toll road yet. There is one going to Tetovo, so let's join it and see if we can get there within the hour. So I'm now on the toll road for about 45 minutes. And I went through the toll booth there and they charged me 30 Macedonian dinar to use the road, which, if my calculations are correct, that's about 20p. And to think I was going to drive the long way round. Behind me now is Tetovo Fortress. You saw the crazy roads coming up here, so you'll know from that it is high up on a hilltop, and it looks like it is just open, waiting for someone to come up here and explore. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's go inside. It was built in 1820 during the Ottoman rule here in this region, and it was built here in this specific location because of the views that it gives the defenders all across the valley down at the bottom. And hopefully if we can get on top of the structure, I'll be able to show you what the defenders could see. But looks like there is an old decaying staircase there. The place is in very bad shape. In fact, we can see some views out of that window there. Look at that. You probably can't see much at the moment, but I'll walk over there and show you. It is completely empty, in ruins, but it's fascinating to see nonetheless. So before I show you out of this barred window, I can hear some noises upstairs on the roof. So I think what I'm going to do is head up there, see if we can actually admire the surrounding countryside from up on there. Looks a bit derelict, and there are large chunks of the wall of the fortress broken off. It looks like we will be able to get out at the top here. Let's see if there is somebody up here. No, I don't think so. That's all good for me. Right. Oh my word. There we go. That's what I was saying about the defenders of the fortress here having these wondrous views across the Polog Valley. So if you were trying to attack this place, you were going to have a hard time not being seen by the Ottoman Turks who would have been in this fortress. I almost missed this. Just across the little track that I followed up here, there is another part of the fortress or castle. Got a feeling, by the looks of it and the smell of it, this is now animals living in here. Yeah, plenty of flies as well. There we go, a historic building such as this. Someone was here on the 22nd of August 2013, V+A, as well as the 5th of May 2017. I'm not sure whether I should go in or not. I don't think I can because it is basically just walking through animal poop. That is the structure that the wild animals are now living in. Quite a building for it. And just next to it there is another part of the fortifications that looks a lot newer, especially when you compare it, just show you what's on my right there, especially when you compare it to that part of the fortification. That looks really old, being held up by wood and timber. There is the trail, by the way, that I used to get here. I've made it back from the castle high up on the hill, and I'm now in the city centre of Tetovo, a city of around 50,000 people in the foothills of the Sharr mountains. And if that sounds familiar, it certainly sounded familiar to me. It's because when I was in Kosovo a while back, I drove through the Sharr mountains, but on the Kosovo side. Here in North Macedonia, it also extends into this part of the country as well. You may be able to hear behind me the call to prayer coming from Partisan Mosque right here in the city centre. It is also a mosque that is known as the Colorful Mosque, and the reason for that is it has colourful frescoes painted all over the outside and also inside as well. And I can tell you that firsthand because when I arrived at the mosque, the light was starting to fade, but I was invited in to actually photograph and video the frescoes inside, and I've got to tell you, they were magnificent. Really took my breath away for a couple of seconds. There's a chandelier in the centre, and then all around the walls and the dome as well, there's these incredibly vibrant paintings that have been there since this version of the mosque was built in the 1830s. Before that, there was also another mosque on this site that dated back to the 15th century. So it's a very historical area, and I was really pleased to be able to go inside and take a look. The effects that 500 years of Ottoman rule have had on this city and the country are very profound. Back in the distance there along the river, I saw a Turkish bath, which is now an art gallery, and here behind me now is an Ottoman bridge that is still used for pedestrian and vehicular traffic even today. I've got to say that parking here in North Macedonia has been the thing of nightmares. I can't give you a better example than here in Tetovo tonight. I was driving around for about 45 minutes looking for somewhere to park. The city centre was so busy, so bustling. There were cars flying out everywhere, double parked, illegally parked I'm sure. The only places I could find was accompanied by a sign. Now in other cities that I've been to I couldn't read the sign because it was in Macedonian. But here in Tetovo I've managed to download the Google Translate app. So I translated the sign and then figured out that the only way you can park is if you text a certain number to pay for that parking. The only problem is I don't have any data here in the country, so I wasn't able to send a text message, which meant that I had to drive about 1.5 kilometers out of the city centre to park the car. All successful in the end, although we will let time be the judge of that, because when I get back there later tonight, if the car's been towed or got a ticket, then I'll know that I haven't been as successful as I thought I was.
Photo here?
Hello!
Photo for us?
Give me a wave!
Yes! Bye!
Bye-bye! Thankfully the rental car is still parked here exactly where I left it. No tickets, no dents, no scratches. Great success. Let's go find the hotel. Welcome to the Hotel Yao on the outskirts of Tetovo. This is my accommodation for tonight. I'm going to try and keep the noise down because the walls are not that thick and I can hear the people talking in the next room, so I don't want them to hear me telling you about this room, so I'll keep it down a little bit. 20 euros is what I paid to stay here. That includes parking, no breakfast, but does include Wi-Fi, although it is a bit hit and miss. It keeps coming in and out. So let me give you a tour of the room. Here is the double bed, picture above it, and then over here on the left side is a soft seating area. And as I come round a bit more, we've got a television up there on the desk, and the key fob actually says Hotel Euro Petrol. So I'm not sure what that's about because the menu does say the Hotel Yao. And just to give you a sense of what the prices are like here at the hotel, a pizza margherita, you can pick one of those up for 200 den, and the same for a hamburger, a premium hamburger, 200 den, although you can buy a standard for 120. 200 den, by the way, is about £2.80 sterling. That is about €3 at the moment. Wardrobe, a little tiny cabinet down there, and look at that, if you will. There's that mosaic I was telling you about. How fancy is that? Yellow and blue. Unfortunately though, they've covered it up with this horrible looking rug, but never mind. This is the shower room. It's got an automatic light. There we go. Shower in the corner. I am going to leave you with a view out the window. It's dark at the moment, so I'll record a clip tomorrow and insert it. But for now, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you're enjoying the road trip, and I'll catch you in the next video. Good night from Tetovo.